Oh, hey, what are y'all doing here? Good afternoon. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I know I am. I got to hang with Nate earlier today. Definitely want to showcase that in our member highlights. I'm freezing. Oh my gosh. I figured that a vest would be enough for me, but I am just like, it's not happening. It's 60 degrees in my house right now. I have one of those like digital readouts. So I'm looking over there. 60.4 in my house, 34.9 outside. This is the straight frozen tundra of Texas, it feels like. So, how y'all doing? Happy Friday, James. How you doing? What hit the market other than a day ending in Y? We're going to talk about that. The market's selling off hard. But where's my stress? Where's my stress? Tis not happening. In fact, I think I've been talking about like the market pulling back for a hot minute, and I have the same data you do, right? I know how to read it. Hopefully I've taught you enough about how you can start reading it too, to know that like this wasn't a great market. This was not a healthy market. And a pullback like this right now, like almost expected, right? So it's all good. Brian, Isa, there's Nate. I got to see Nate earlier today. Very cool guy. Really, really very grateful for the opportunity to meet with Nate. And he didn't kill me. Actually texted my wife. Funny story. My wife texted me and she said, "Hey, good luck today." And I wrote back, when I got back home, I said, "I wasn't murdered, so that's a win." Nate, really great to hear you from you. The market is booming. Booming is different to different people, I would say. ESAT. Surga's here. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so that video that ESAT's talking about is going to air. So in case y'all hadn't figured out the schedule, we go live once in the morning, and then yesterday's trading room, the replay goes live immediately after that. After my actual live stream is done, we replay the trading room right at that point. Then we're going to go live right now. Once this is over, we will air this morning's video immediately after this. So if you don't catch the live, you're only like 12 hours behind at the very most. Sometimes only a couple hours behind. So you should be okay. But this morning was great. Mark Minervini is a mentor of mine, and we went through another video talking about his trading style, and then I brought up a video where Mark and I were having one of our consulting calls, and you can actually see, you can legitimately, well, no, you can't because it's focused on Mark. Mark broke my world in that video. Like when I say broke my world, I mean changed everything from like it, in the Avengers movies or whatever, when they have the stupid time travel thing. I'm a DC man myself. I don't care for Marvel, but when they were talking about the timelines and there's like the fork in the timeline, that fork, I showed exactly that fork in my life in that video right there, because Minervini broke me. He broke me hard, real hard. He took me out back and spanked me with the switch is what happened basically. Steven, good to see you. Joe, Justin, I'm here for the great vids. I'm here for you, my friend. I'm here for you. Peregrine is here again. Good morning, Ozzy Ian. Michael's here. Steve, Blanco, Patrick finally made a live show. Cold. Try Minnesota. No, bro, it's way colder here in Texas. Way colder. Nathan, did Chris arrive in a Ferrari like Jeremy's? No, I was there in my Tesla. Funny story. Nate and I were talking about that. I was because my wife usually drives it every day, and I stole it from her today. And I said, if I don't show up in my Tesla today, Nate's gonna think that I'm full of shit. Al, glad you made it. Spyros, Richard is here. Richard, I think I heard it was the health insurance company. Oh, geez, no, I don't want to work at a health insurance company. Not right now. Huh? No, his Tesla. Coming to you live ×2. Eric, Tagman. Wow, I'm gonna roll with these live streams, dude. You are in a roll. Adam, good to see you. You didn't kill him, Nate. Just try making YouTube videos with my 2001 Saturn in the garage, bro. If it runs, that's all that matters, right? So before I had my Tesla, I had a Mini Cooper. I always wanted a Mini Cooper. Like my desire for Mini Cooper started with the Italian Job movie, 2003, 2004-ish, and then the third Austin Powers movie had Mini Coopers in it. I have been in love with Mini Coopers ever since that point. When I had the opportunity to buy a Mini Cooper, I did. I took the opportunity, paid cash for it, and it was great. I had a Mini Cooper Countryman. It was navy blue, very dark navy blue, had a black roof on it, Countryman Sport, so it was decently fast. And I loved that car. I drove that car so much. I think I put 100,000 miles on that car. Then one day I walk out to my garage, and all the fluids that used to be in the car were on the floor. And I was like, ooh, well, I've been wanting a Tesla. I guess here's my excuse to go get one. So, dude, don't stress on your Saturn. Dude, who cares? Which coffee shop? You will be judged. It's a local coffee shop here. It wasn't a national chain. Sean, glad to see you. Tommy, I've held BX for several years, but today I sold it all with huge profits. Congratulations. You start making, oh, you already said that. Okay. Mikey Mike is here. Emilio, hi from Paris. Bonjour. JJ, Adam, what is this? Batman. I like it. I'm good for that. Hi from Australia, Sunny. Jeremy Johnson. Sorg, what trading books would you recommend? Great question. Actually have that question answered already. If you go into our Discord and you go over to the book and podcast recommendations, scroll up. These are my top 5 trading books. Number 1, New Trader, Rich Trader. Number 2, The Complete Turtle Trader. Number 3, Trading in the Zone. Number 4, Trend Following, the 2004 edition, if you can get it. Now, there are many versions of the of Trend Following by Michael Covell. I have 2 versions, the 2012 version and the 2004 version. The 2012 version is not great. I know it sounds weird. It's the same book, Chris. It's really not. It's really not. It's like one being a easy read and another being a textbook like you would see in a university. And if you can get the 2004 version, that's the one you want to get. If you can't, the 2012 version is going to be just as good. It's just a lot harder to read. And then my number 5 all-time favorite trading book is How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market, which we've talked about a lot lately. And I know a lot of you have picked that up. It's also great on Audible if you can get it there. But that one is probably the easiest read ever. And it gives incredible trading advice in the process. And he really, really focuses on how only price pays. Walking each other home. Nathan, did you give us Tesla 7? Hey Bradley, glad to see you from Canada. Ravi, how do TrendSpider or Outlier know about order blocks? Where is it coming from? Is it all the volume? So Michael Wales actually taught me more about order blocks recently. It's less about data and more about changes in momentum in the stock. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just pure data plays, and it probably has something to do with it. But it's basically support and resistance zones on the chart, and it makes it so. I mean, like they work, and I know Mahesh is working really hard in building that into Outlier, and we will be calling them Outlier blocks soon. Spyros, dude, the spy bomber there. My first live stream, joined last month. Chris's review of SoFi got me out at 18, and the Outlier signal for Palantir at 118, 23% gains on 2 trades. You are very welcome. You are very, very welcome. My wife had a Mini Cooper wagon. Oh, fun. Charles, my wife wants a Mini Cooper when she retires. There are Mini Cooper people. It's a thing, right? In fact, one day I was at a restaurant with my family, and we're talking. I don't know how we got to talking to the table next to us, but the guy was like, I talked about my Mini Cooper, and he's like, "Oh, I've always wanted a Mini Cooper. That's so cool." It's a thing. It's like a little cult. I love Tesla. That would be a 10. But if Chris had asked me to rate it, I'd rate it a 7. I'd rate you a 7. Hey, Janine, here for the education and entertainment. Harold finally made a live feed. Way to go, dude. Much love from the NYC. Good afternoon from San Francisco. Dylan, hey, Christopher. I DM you on Instagram and emailed you. Dylan, unfortunately, I do not check any socials at all. YouTube is the only spot you're going to find me. And because of freaking scanners in our Discord, I'm not doing any Discord DMs right now. But I'm really glad you are here on the live stream. I emailed you. I'm 16 and just wiped out almost half my portfolio. If we can discuss and talk more on what I can do to improve. So Dylan, first off, being 16 and doing this, you will probably end up with 27 more zeros in your bank account than I ever had. So congratulations on that, right? Really, really happy for you starting out that early. My number one thing is, of course, do not get emotionally tied to a stock, right? Let's do a quick thing right here, right? So what the hell? Mahesh must have taken it. Hang on. Or maybe I had it on my other screen. I don't know. So Mahesh and I share a TrendSpider account. It's actually my account that Mahesh shares off of it. But let's look at SoFi real quick. So SoFi is a great example of how a stock can fake you out it can fake you out multiple times thinking that the price is going up, right? You might make a buck, you might lose a buck here and there, right? You might make a buck, you might lose a buck here and there. But Dylan, what I want you to do is I want you to put 3 moving averages on your chart, your 10 period, your 20 period, and your 50. When they all are moving in the same direction, that is a trend. It's a mathematical trend. It is undeniable that the stock is trending in that direction. Now, sometimes, Dylan, it'll pop up and it'll pop back down. Look, I'm in dad mode right now, Dylan. I have 2 young boys. I have a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. So I'm trying to, my dad mode's coming out right here. There's going to be times where you get into a trade and it's just not going to work out. And that's okay. And Dylan, here's what the thing is, right? You're not going to blow out your account if you take small losers. You're not. It's when you take the big losers that's going to blow it out, right? So you're going to make a couple bucks here and there. You're going to lose a couple bucks here and there. And that's okay. Just be okay with not winning every trade, right? And be okay with just moving on from something. Don't become emotionally invested in any stock. There's no reason to, right? All stocks are bad. This is a William O'Neill quote. William O'Neill's one of the market wizards. All stocks are bad, but every once in a while they act right and you can make some money on it. So you're going to make a buck. You're going to lose a buck every now and then. But when your trend sets up and you get in, let it ride. Here's what I want you to, on one of your book covers, your textbook covers, right? I want you to write, cut your winner short. I'm sorry, definitely don't write that. Cut your loser short, let your winners run out of control. And if you do that, and always remember that, you can catch giant trends like this, right? Cut your losers short, let your winners run out of control. That will pay for everything right there. So Dylan, I hope that helps. Sewerk, Spyros, I got out of SoFi also thanks to Chris. Pam, cool 60 in Tampa. Christian's here, made it. Ethan, hey Chris, what advice would you give to your younger self? You know what? I just did. Just did. Good question though. Jean-Louis here. Susie, good morning. You joined today. Sick. Rick, a lot of trading your order blocks are open source, so you can work out what they're doing. Oh, Rick posted a fantastic thing over here in the Share Your Big Wins. Let me show that real quick. Rick, really good work on this. This is something that Mahesh and Mark are trying to work on right now, which is building in the order blocks, but like how he has it showing right here, building in the order blocks, soon to be outlier blocks, but then they don't just disappear, right? Because it's so much more useful when you can see the order block was there versus disappearing. So I think that's really cool. We're really well done on that, Rick. Shane, printing money off to Coke, thanks to Outlier, outstanding. John Cooper works as some machine. Yeah, I didn't have one of those, but they're pretty neat. Can't believe how good Outlier is. I found the Holy Grail. Thank you so much. Guillermo, you are the Holy Grail, my friend. Richard, first loss is your best loss, and you won't make that mistake again. Hims went limp. Just closed my eyes. SoFi short. That's cool. The Decadent Wolf, how's it going? All right. So I have 2 videos to go over today. One of them, Mikey Mike. Okay, I'm just going to do one. Here's the deal. Mikey Mike sent me a message and he said, take the high road, Chris. Take the high road. I'm going to make a real quick statement on here on, let me find it. It was in the video ideas. This. So this particular channel decided to give one of our outliers some grief, and I think that's some bullshit. Okay. I'm not going to get into super detail about this, but if you see a channel out there that says, hey, stop watching other people or you'll be banned. I don't know anything about that channel. I don't want to know anything about that channel, but I'll tell you one thing. If that is how you run your business isn't going to last very long. So I'm going to leave it there. So we're just going to cover one video today, just one. And it's called, here, let me do it like that. There we go. Mikey Mike, thank you for being the voice of reason for me, my friend. All right, so in today's video, we're going to be watching one called Stocks I'm Buying Now That Will Make Millions, March 2025. We're going to be looking for some new trade setups, and also going through my market analysis. And of course, the last thing we do here is look at your stock requests. So let's get right into the video. This is Stocks I'm Buying Now That Will Make Millions, March 2025.
All right, guys, it's that time again to discuss what I'm buying this next month. And there are some massive names on this list. and some names that did not make this list that may make a few of you guys mad out there. So at least hear me out and then go ahead and be mad at me all you want down in the comments. So I'll give you those stocks specifically, the exact why and reason behind wanting to buy those stocks, and everything else today. So a lot to get into today. But make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth out the hype, because that's exactly what we're going to get today, guys. And trust me, there is a lot of hype out there. I covered it right up here in this video. Even though some folks want to say there is no hype out there. Those are just normal expectations, guys. Unfortunately, that's not true. Now, getting back here to this list, some things to keep in mind, because I know it's been a while since I bought these are the stocks I'm going to buy next type video. These are just the stocks that I'm targeting specifically right now. Sure, there's a lot of great stocks out there in the stock market. There's a lot of great buys out there in the stock market, but I can't speak for every single stock, folks that get out there and do that. Sorry, you just can't have done the due diligence and the kind of level of in-depth research that's required to actually know, is that stock a buy or not? So I'm not going to talk about stocks I haven't done that sort of research on. This is based upon my plan, where I feel these stocks are in relation to valuation, more importantly, and how they kind of fit in with my overall portfolio goals and everything else. So just kind of keep that in mind here. This is just strictly based on that information, not necessarily the best stocks to buy right now or anything else of that nature. To me, these are the best stocks to buy, but that doesn't mean that they're actually the best stock for you to buy as well. That's why you got to do your own due diligence.
Okay. We're getting it. Come on.
You got to understand what you own in the first place, understand how it fits in your portfolio, how it fits with your goals and everything else. When you understand all those sorts of things, it becomes very easy to choose great stocks for you in your situation. When you don't understand those things, that's how you end up with a bunch of dividend stocks when you're 25 years old and you want to try to grow your portfolio as fast as possible.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that. Somebody left me a YouTube comment the other day saying, what dividend stocks would you be getting into, or what sort of investments would you get into to generate passive income? And I said something to the effect of, I don't care how much the dividend is. If the stock is going down and I'm losing 20% of my investment, the dividend is not going to pay for that. The dividend is meaningless if I'm losing money in my investment, right? It's not like a rent house where you buy the rent house and you get paid each month. And in theory, it's going to go up in value, as well as you're going to take in the rent payments each month, right? In a stock, the stock can go down in value, and it can go down a lot. And your dividends are not going to offset that. So if you ask me, hey, what dividend stock should I buy to keep for the long term? I would say buy stocks that are in an uptrend. And if they pay a dividend, cool. If you get to keep that dividend, awesome. But in the meantime, I want to grow my investments. I don't want my investments to go down.
Or vice versa, you're retired and you're just needing income, but yet you own a bunch of high-flying, high-growth stocks. For what reason? I don't know, but it's not providing you what you need, which would be income in that particular situation. So understand that up front here. This is kind of the logic and kind of the reason behind all of it. So first up, we have PayPal. All right, I know it seems like forever this stock's been on this list, because probably it has been on this list forever at this particular stage. We finally got a nice rally going. Everything going great. We actually got not a spectacular, incredible, best of all time type earnings call, but a very good earnings call, very good guidance, very good everything. And Wall Street beats it down once again, which of course means
yes. Cool. So far, I like this video. You're right. You can have the best company in the world, but that doesn't mean it's the best stock, right? If we look at PayPal, right, it's down. I mean, the market's getting absolutely monkey hammered today. So we'll be talking about that more in a little bit. But if you look at PayPal, it's been a horrible stock. Absolutely horrible. I mean, there are some YouTubers who are saying, oh, this is the one to buy, right? It's only down 15% since they made that call right before earnings. But PayPal itself is not great. No way. I mean, this is order block city, right? Got rejected all over the place. Now it's about to break through this bullish order block down here to the downside. Double. Actually, that's a double. I didn't even notice it right there. So yeah, PayPal, the stock is not great. PayPal, the company, it could be a different story.
means, hey, I may be forced to add a few more shares of PayPal once again. It continues to be one of the best deals in the stock market there. And yes.
Okay. Would you say that PayPal was a great deal when it was over here? Right? We really always need to keep price top of mind, right? To say something is a great deal as it's dipping is a really very risky situation to be in, right? Because let's say that you said PayPal was a great deal at 308 in July of 2021. And then very quickly it went down. You're like, well, if I thought it was a great deal at 308, I'm going to love it at 286. And then we see the future here, which you don't see the future at that time. And then it gets down to 176. And you're like, well, if I loved it at 286, this is the greatest steal of all time at 176. And then it continues to go on down. And then you're like, well, at 176, it was an unbelievable deal. At 76, We went from 308 to 76. Oh, screaming deal. If you don't buy it at 76, you're an absolute moron. Oh, wait, it's going sideways to down. And oh, it got to 50. 50. Okay. There is no way that you can predict when the dip will stop dipping. PayPal's a perfect example of that. And if you loved it at 300, by God, you better buy every share you possibly can at 50 because it can only go up from here. Right? No. No. That's not how the market works. You want to, I know it sounds weird, but I cover this in the Minervini video. You should go watch that one. You want to buy high and sell higher. What? What is he talking about? Right? If you bought it high, right, relative here at 59 up to 71, then you got to sell it higher because it's trending. Jameis said it right there, just waiting for it should go up at this point. Let's continue on here. Now, granted, like I say, PayPal could be a great company. He could have done all the fundamentals he could ever want. But at the end of the day, if it's not going up in value, you are losing money on the investment, and there is no sense in continuing to lose money by adding to your losses.
The fundamentals will always catch up the stock price, or the stock price always catches up the fundamentals, depending upon whether the stocks run ahead of the stock price of the fundamentals or not. Unfortunately for now,
what?
Once again, it continues to be one of the best deals in the stock market there. And yes, the fundamentals will always catch up the stock price, or the stock price always catches up the fundamentals, depending upon whether the stocks run ahead of the stock price of the fundamentals or not. Unfortunately for now, PayPal comes back onto the list here. Hopefully this next year proves out a lot of the bull points that Alex has laid out there for PayPal, that a lot of the things start to come to fruition. We're already seeing signs of it, but where we start making market strides and EPS number, that right there is when we'll start seeing that valuation get pushed. And more importantly, the stocks start to really move to that upside there. But for whatever reason, that was the mood Wall Street was in. I mean, there was lots of stocks with bad earnings, no guidance, just absolutely nothing really going for them. And then they went to the moon. I mean, that's typical earnings. It's kind of what Wall Street does, but it just kind of sucks that it once again happened to PayPal to the reverse, where everything was pretty good and ended up going down instead. So for me, probably going to add a few more shares. Again, I'm not going to buy big buys or anything else like that. I've already bought a ton of it. I don't really need any more of it. But again, putting my capital to work is what matters, and being able to get more than a 4% return or so, which is what my cash is doing on a stock like PayPal, which I think it'll beat that 4% here over the next year or two, is something that I can't really pass up in regards to putting my.
I think this is a perfect example I'm talking about. So PayPal pays a 4% dividend is what I just heard. Who gives a shit about a 4% dividend when you're down 16% in the span of 2 weeks? I mean, just like simple math here says I need 4 years of dividends to make up for this one sell-off here. That's why this is such a great example. I'm so glad we found this video. That's why if you are buying something with the intention of taking dividends and living on those dividends, you better be buying stock that's in an uptrend. Because watching 4 years of those dividends evaporate in the span of a couple weeks, it's gone. Sean's saying there's no dividend. So what is he talking about? A 4% return?
My capital to have more shares. Again, I'm not going to buy big buys or anything else like that. I've already bought a ton of it. I don't really need any more of it. But again, putting my capital to work is what matters, and being able to get more than a 4% return or so, which is what my cash is doing.
Oh, he's comparing it to cash. Okay. Never mind. Axe everything I said. I don't know what I'm talking about.
On a stock like PayPal, which I think it'll beat that 4% here over the next year or two, is something that I can't really pass up in regards to putting my capital to work in the best place possible. So unfortunately, some of that little piece of it is going to go towards PayPal most likely. So stock number 2 is SoFi. Now, let me be very clear. This stock is above my target for SoFi. The price is
okay. Let's look at SoFi. SoFi's been really struggling, right? I was actually very bullish on SoFi over here. I wonder why. Very bullish trend. It had this order block that it ran up into, and I said, watch out for this. Watch out for this order block, right? It bounced right down here, right under the 50-period moving average, cut a huge move. All the SoFi fanboys were hating me on its way down, and they were loving me on its way up. And trust me, there's lots of SoFi fanboys for some reason. I don't know why. Who cares? Just buy a stock that's going up, sell the stock that's going down. You don't have to be a fanboy of anything. This isn't like the football team, right? It's not like the Pensacola Eagles where they won the Super Bowl and then you got to cheer for them, right? Who cares? If a stock's going up, be indifferent. Say, cool, I like a stock going up. If the stock's going down, you could say, maybe I shouldn't own this stock. So SoFi to me, it's very, very obviously in a stage 3 topping pattern right here, right? You've got your stage 1, your stage 2, your stage 3 right here. I'm not saying it's going to crash down stage 4. It could, It's currently in a bearish trend right now, 10 under 20, price under the 50. So it could be going to 0. I don't know. Or it could hang out here for a while. We don't actually know where it's going. And you don't have to know where it's going in the markets, but you do have to know that only price pays. Let's continue on. I don't know where he's going with SoFi, so let's just hear out.
Actually pretty significantly above where my price is, where I want to buy SoFi at. However, this stock moves a lot, and it has moved a lot in the past few months. And that's just kind of part of a stock. It's kind of at its beginning of its growth journey. It is still firmly trader controlled. Traders are going to play games with it. And we have seen this in the past with SoFi before. I mean, we saw it all the way down to $4. It would run up over $10, crater all the way back down to $4 or $5, kind of a rinse and repeat.
I did that. I know that. Let's see. Tom Nash is in the chat. Y'all say hi to Tom. Oh, there it is right there. This is actually really cool. So to give y'all perspective, market cycle. This is just a history book. This is just a history book of what's happened to the stock. You got your stage 1, your stage 2, your stage 3, your stage 4. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. It's so funny because it just repeats over and over and over. And then it went down for a long time. Finally found a stage 1, bounced up a little bit, down for years, and then stage 1, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 might hit a stage 4. We'll see.
Process here with SoFi. It looks like we got a much better run. Obviously, I thought earnings were wonderful. I didn't understand the freak out or anything else. Check this video up here for my latest thoughts on SoFi if you're wanting those specifically. But for me, it's a great stock, a great company that is a little bit ahead of itself in regards to stock price right now. I know that goes against the grain with what whatever the heck the hype narrative is out there, where it should be at 75 tomorrow, whatever the case is. Okay, whatever. I'm okay with that. But nonetheless, I'll remain patient. Luckily, we added so many shares in the $4, $5, $6, $7 range. Even last year, you could add right in those upper bounds of that range for basically most of the year. So I have plenty of SoFi, just like I have plenty of PayPal in the bank, but
Ooh. You do you, bro. I wouldn't buy it with your money.
Don't threaten me with a good time, with a great company, with a great long-term future, like I feel SoFi has, with people trying to get ahead of it short-term and wanting them to take short-term, profit maximizing instead of actually doing what's best for the business long-term. Again, we discussed that in the video I just pointed you guys to. That's what I want out of a stock as a long-term buy and hold investor, which means we may get some more pain in SoFi in the meantime, as
Bro, you don't need pain. You don't need pain at all. If you're a long-term investor, I went over this a couple days ago. If you're a long-term investor, I think I went over this in SoFi a couple days ago. If you're a long-term investor, just throw one moving average on the chart. When it closes above the 50-period moving average, right? That's a great time to get in. Sometimes it closes back under, and then it's time to get out. And maybe you'll lose a buck, maybe you'll lose a buck, maybe you'll win a buck. Who cares, right? It goes up, it goes back down. But when the trend is going like this, right? Pop back over, pop back under, pop back over, pop back under, pop back over. Goodbye. Goodbye. If you're a long-term holder, like, why not just follow one moving average? One 50-period moving average, that's your longer-term trend line. And if it continues to go up, you're going to make money. And if it continues to go down, you don't have to hold the stock. There's trading should be effortless. I actually just put this out on my my YouTube channel on my posts over there. Trading should be effortless. If you are having pain, if you're having anxiety, if you're having frustration, right, you're doing it wrong. You're actually doing it wrong. Trading should be effortless. If you get in on the right time, you're good to go. And if you're a long-term holder, it should be the same. Investing should be effortless. If you're buying a stock and immediately losing sleep at night, you've done the wrong thing. That's okay. Be okay with being wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. There's a lot if you stay wrong.
People don't get that short-term mentality and that short-term pop. I'm talking to the traders here. Don't get that in order for them to continue to juice it up. So for me, it's on my watch list right here. I'm looking to add that stock, but I need it to fall a little bit further in order for it to get there. But it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. Like some other stocks that I absolutely love right now that have gone so much into the stratosphere, I'm not sure I'll see my price target anytime soon. So it won't be on this list. And speaking of stocks that are not on this list, and before we get to the last one, let's discuss Tesla quickly here.
Tom Nash says he's going to annoy us.
Because I know you guys are going to ask about it down in the comment section. Now, I personally thought it was trading rich coming into the last earnings. and the earnings honestly gave us nothing tangible. I know a lot of folks got upset about that. I'm sorry, we got no guidance, not much else in regards to tangible numbers, except for $1 trillion this and $1 trillion that sometime in the future, where apparently trillions of dollars will be like the new $1 million or something of that nature. It's kind of the way it was taken. So when we look at valuation for Tesla, we basically got not a whole lot, especially given where it ran up. Instead of doing like Nvidia did, where we basically get a valuation reset on earnings, we didn't get that. We pretty much got nothing that would have made the stock cheaper in regards to valuation. Now, it's not overvalued like it was in 2021, but it is overvalued. And I have a ton of Tesla already, and I want a discount on a stock in order for me to buy more, especially whenever I have a full position in a company like I have with Tesla.
Oof. I don't know if I can finish this video. That right there is what gets you into trouble. And we're not, in fact, I want to replay this, but I will not be finishing this video. Taking that sort of stance of, I need to make sure that I buy the stock as it's going down, is what will bankrupt you. Bankrupt. Why in the world would you want to buy a stock that's going this way? Why? And I have a hard time with these videos because, like, sure, you can love the mess out of some Tesla. Love it all you want. Think they're going to change the world. But you're not going to get paid when it's going down. You will not get paid when it's going down. I want to replay this real quick.
Especially given where it ran up, instead of doing like Nvidia did, where we basically get a valuation reset on earnings, we didn't get that. We pretty much got nothing that would have made the stock cheaper in regards to valuation. Now, it's not.
Valuation annoys me. The value of what it is right now is the market value. Okay.
Overvalued like it was in 2021, but it is
overvalued. It's fair market value. Somebody's buying it today. Somebody's selling it today at this price.
It's overvalued, and I have a ton of Tesla already, and I want a discount on a stock in order for me to buy more, especially whenever I have a full position in a company like I have with Tesla. And I'm sorry, I don't think we will see a discount on Tesla anytime soon, unless the new model coming in Q2 is just basically a refresh or something like that. I don't think that's the case, but that's something that could send it down more into my price range. Or maybe they finally give us guidance next quarter that they didn't give us this quarter, and it kind of underwhelms. It's kind of not really what Wall Street's looking for. It's really below what they thought it was going to be. Or if there's a delivery misstep of some sort or something.
I'm trying here. I'm locked and loaded. I'm locked and loaded. Here's the deal. You don't have to hold it as it's going down. I need you to get it. I need you to understand this. Like, get this in your bones, right? If a stock is going up, its outlier trend template will tell you it's going up. Your 10 over the 20, price over the 50. And you may lose a buck, you may win a buck. Who cares, right? Don't marry a stock. But if it trends up, go for it. If it trends down, you don't have to hold it. And if it trends up like this, you can make a ton of money. And then even just following the 50-period moving average, getting out there, and then you don't have to stress. Tesla has been on my radar for a while as a stock that I would not be buying right here, because only price pays, and price only pays when it's going up. So unfortunately, I can't get on with anything he's saying in this video. I don't even want to continue. Like, no offense, dude. Like, it's the first time I've watched one of your videos, and I'm not coming back. Not coming back to learn anything. But real quick, my name is Christopher Yuill. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where we save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. Now, I want you to rank this video. I want you to rank it. And I'm so conflicted because I don't want to just like give them a 0 because it's bad analysis. I want to give them a poor score because, like, you don't have to do that. You just don't. If it's not working, just get out. You can consider yourself a long-term shareholder and not own any of it while it's going down, and then buy back in when it is going up. There's no reason. There's no reason to sit there and just get monkey hammered every day. There's just no reason for this. There's no reason for that. So I'm gonna rank it at 2. I'm gonna rank it a 2. It was a little boring. Lars, listen, I don't want to meet you on a dark alleyway. That is a scary picture. I said it yesterday. It doesn't have to be that way. It's $3.99. What's the number of dangerous? Yeah, legitimately. It's just like when Jeremy's screaming about buying AMDs, it's going to 0. Right? There's no point in owning the stock until it starts going back up. It's just not there. Is there a way to get access to that cool monkey? I guess you can just take a screenshot. I'm more interested in Alibaba and Jack Ma's return to the spotlight effect. So yeah, it's just not there for me. But I do want to go through today's member highlight, and it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's our weekly winner circle. So every Friday, we go through our Discord and we try and find the best, well, not the best. We just want you to share what's going on with your trades this week. And I know a lot of you like to post like the moment that I mentioned this because you forgot all about it, but I'm ahead of you. I already got our list. I already got our list of 27 people who posted in there this week talking about how they are killing it because they have OVTLYR. So I want to read a few of these real quick. Oh yeah, there's our friend Nate. Nate in the chat. Nathan in the chat. I met with that dude earlier today. Nate, super excited. You can see I came home, changed hats to the OVTLYR hat. It's really neat to meet Nate. I think Nate and I have a lot in common, and we might hang out again in the future. But cool dude out there. So Nate, really appreciate the time that you took to meet with me, and I did offer to give him some free consulting while we were there, and if you believe it, he turned me down. He turned me down. Decadent Wolf says, Chris, we are at odds at APLD. I bought when the buy signal came, and the other trading software said strong buy. I'm already up $2,100, and it's broken through a double order block signal. Winning. Outstanding, dude. Way to go. Mikey Mike had a great post I thought was really good. He was talking about his position in HIMS. That didn't work out. But what he said here is, the win is the fact that I had an exit point in place before I bought. It's a big deal. That's a big deal, Mikey Mike. In fact, I tell people that all the time. And in fact, a lot of people in the Discord ask, hey, what should I do on this stock? And my number one question always is, what was your trading plan? What was your plan? And if you didn't have a plan, you should make one, like now. And if that happens, you need to hold yourself accountable to it. And if you can do that, you just might be successful in this game. Macaulay had a 2,400% gain on SMCI in the span of a couple of weeks, thanks to OVTLYR. Outstanding. Party Van had a 7,000 gain thanks to OVTLYR. Outstanding. Let's see here. This is just so much fun. SMCI by Skyrimmer made $4,000. Not bad for a week's work, right? Like, we continuously have over and over and over all these incredible stories, and I'm so stoked that you guys share these in the Discord. And it's 93% men, so I know it's all guys. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to split this. I think it's only fair that if there's more than 20 people in a week, that we have two. So for every 20 people, we'll do two weekly winner circle. So there's 27 of you men this week. So let's do 13 in one group and 14 in another. Insert a line there. So you're going to start at number 1. So there's 14 in the second group, 13 in the first group. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go to random.org, and I'm going to put in a number after it verifies if I'm a human. Yes, successful. So for the first group, one of you gentlemen will be the winner of our weekly winner circle. A $10 Amazon gift card sent your way just for participating and letting us know how you're using OVTLYR. So this is going to go from 1 to 13. And we're going to find out who the first winner is in 3, 2, 1. First winner is number 11, which is Bluefin, Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis is the winner. Jean-Louis is one of our regulars. Way to go, Jean-Louis. Congratulations. Let's do the second one here. 1 through 14. 1 through 14. In 3, 2, 1. 11. 11 again? That's crazy, but that's random. That's what random can do. 11 again. We got Nimbex. So congratulations to Jean-Louis and Nimbex. You are both our winners this week. Let me drop this in the Discord. So congrats to Jean-Louis as Bluefin Trader, and Nimbex are our 2 weekly winners. Congratulations to both of you two gentlemen. At April, we'll send you that gift card on Monday. Again, really, really stoked that we can do this for you guys. This is so much fun to be a part of this with you. Right? I really feel like this is a team. We get to do this together. And for the fact that we can do this live makes a huge thing. Nate says congratulations. Dustin says congrats. Christian says, I bought AMD yesterday just to find your channel today. That's part of the game, dude. Part of the game. Okay. Let's go on to the next step. Be sure to share your stories in the Discord. And the first rule of OVTLYR is you tell everybody about OVTLYR. That way people like Christian find out about it before they buy AMD. So go tell everybody you can about OVTLYR and hit the like button too. Now, the next section we're going to talk about here is our market analysis. And we're going to see if I can put on any trades today and what I see going on in the market. So what is OVTLYR and how does it work? Well, old Uncle Warren used to say, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. And OVTLYR shows you if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much, allowing you to get into the stock before the OVTLYR move happens. Now, we had so much overwhelming interest in the $299 price point that we've decided to stick around with that for a while on the OVTLYR annual pass. You can save 64% on the annual pass. Just head over to OVTLYR.com. It's literally 82 cents a day. And if you're on a monthly trial and you want to convert, just shoot us an email. We'll take care of the rest. Now, my style of trading using OVTLYR, I call the golden ticket trading strategy, where only price pays. It always starts with the market, the OVTLYR trend template. Let the market tell you where it's going. Now, this is going to get juicy. This is going to get really, really juicy. So I've been telling y'all for a minute, the market is not healthy. I've been telling y'all for a while, something ain't right. And lo and behold, we got a 1.68% sell-off today, bouncing right on that 50-period moving average. Lo and behold, right? I knew that we were hitting all-time highs, and I kept telling you the receipts are in the YouTubes. You can go back and see it. I've been telling you something's not right in the market. We have not gone anywhere for 2 months. Why? Joe Love knows I'm not going to be trading today. Joe Love knows. Why would I trade today? Right? When the market's been going sideways for 2 months, where's my edge? My edge right now is not trading. Now, the reason that I haven't been trading for so long, even though this is a bullish trend, is because market breadth has been going down for ages and ages and ages. Now, let's back up 2 seconds here. One of my hard exit rules, hard exits, is a close under the 20-period moving average, which I have circled right here. And when I mean that, I mean, if it closes under the 20, if the SPY closes under the 20, do not put on any new trades until it gets back over the 10 EMA again. What in the world is he even talking about? So the 10 EMA is the indicator of the short-term trend. If it's above the average price in the last 10 days, that means price is moving up. If it closes below the 20 period, it's actually worse than a reversion to the mean after an extended uptrend. So the close under the 20 means get out of everything to me. You do you. But that's my warning to you. This is my get out of everything signal. This is my Uno reverse card that I just played. That it's like, deuces, I gotta get out of here. You do you. You do you. But this is my get out card. So let's go to the next step, which is market breadth. Now, market breadth is the measurement of how many stocks we have for buy signals or sell signals. So if we go to market breadth, we can see over here that this has been going down for weeks now. And it's super cyclical, super cyclical. You'll see it's about 2 to 3 weeks up and versus 2 to 3 weeks down. Now, the green line here is measuring how many stocks are on the buy list today, the bull list, which there's 37 on the bull list today, 68 on the bear list today. Market breadth has been going down, meaning more and more sell signals, less and less buy signals. Now I throw an exponential moving average, a 10-period moving average, like I just talked about, on that, and that helps me see the crossover points here. So this breadth is going down. So let's break down what is market breadth and what does it mean. So the market works like this. How many people are out there buying? How excited are they to buy? And how many people are out there selling and how excited are they to sell? When market breadth is going down, that means more and more people are pulling up the sell train. They're leaving the buy station and they're pulling up in the sell train. Okay. But when the market is moving in one direction, the market breadth is going the other direction. That's like the general walking down the battlefield, and all the soldiers there to back him up, they've decided we're going to start turning around. Right? All the soldiers that help push the market up, all the stocks that push the market up, they're all starting to turn around and go the opposite direction. So if there's 500 stocks in the S&P 500, about half of them, less than half of them, and getting worse, have buy signals. That means more and more of these individual stocks that push the market up are turning from the buy signal side to the sell signal side. Does that make sense? And that's why it's such a big deal. If market breadth is going out, if market breadth is waning, it's only a matter of time before the market price catches up to it here. And I've been telling you this for a while. We haven't seen fear in the market. There has not been any fear in the market whatsoever. When you see fear, you'll know. You'll be like, whoa, I did not know the market can move that fast. I didn't know that color of red existed. Like, it's going to look ugly. And that's when you start shorting. Not in the meantime. Not in the meantime. But if we have the 10 and 20 cross back down and price under the 50 by the SPY, maybe as soon as next week, oh, get ready, Bart Simpson. We're about to eat some shorts, okay? So I don't know where it's going, but I'll tell you one thing. This was not a surprise to me, and it shouldn't be a surprise to you. Not at all. And I mean, we've got some really ugly names out here. We've got Palantir down 5%, PayPal down 3%, SMCI down 5%, Tesla down 5%, SoFi down 6%, HIMS down 25%, not even at earnings yet. AMD's down 3%. So it's not at all a very beautiful market in the least. So I won't be trading anything, but I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me what stocks you want to take a look at. I want to see what stocks you want to take a look at. Now, I'll give you my best opinion on all these. I'll give you some of my exit points that I would see on these. But of course, it's up to you to do what you feel is best. Yes, I always use a daily chart for sure. The market needs a mint. Nathan, I just saw the Dow. Yes, the Dow has a sell signal today. The S&P already had a sell signal. Where's that at? Watch list here. Dow got a sell signal today. S&P had a sell signal already. Like, the market is ugly. The market is weak. The market is not where I'd be putting my money right now, because I'm not. I put my money where my mouth is, and it's in cash. Okay. So, good question. Should we just sit and wait or get out right now? I'm out. I've been out. I'm not getting in right now. You do you. But if the market's closing under the 20, I get out of everything. There is nothing you can do to get me to keep my money in the market when it closes under the 20. Now, I want you to know it could absolutely bounce right back up, which is what it did right here. It absolutely could. And I want you to have your own trading plan written, because I don't want you to be caught in a situation. Where's my slide? Like this. I don't want you to be caught in this situation, knowing you should sell when your stock is doing this, but you didn't because you're afraid that it's going to go up without you. And that's what gets you caught in this kind of move. I don't want that for you. Not you in particular, Decadent Wolf. I mean, everybody. So let's look at these today. My 6-year-old explanation was beautiful. So true. Oh, thanks, Thomas. I really try. Well, I've only been trading the market for like 16 years, so the best I could do, I suppose. Let's look at Dell. DELL. Okay, Dell, not bad. Not bad. You got your 10 over 20, price over the 50. You're coming up into earnings. I love to trade up into earnings. Let's go over to here. Let's type in Dell. So we do have a buy signal currently in place. Let's go to 3-month view. Yeah, we have a buy signal in place. You can see it's kind of come into fear, out of fear, out of fear, into fear, but now it's coming up into greed. But keep in mind this divergence right here between the tech sector that's getting less and less greedy, and Dell's getting more and more greedy, right? You want to see both of those moving in the same direction, because that makes life way easier when they are moving together. When the sector, so 40% of the stock's move is due to the market. 30% of a stock's move is due to the sector, and the last 30% is due to the stock itself. So if you are aligning yourself with the market, with the sector, with the stock, trading is effortless. And that, if you ever want to know, that's why the master key works, right? That's why I have the master key. That's why I use the master key. And that's why the master key will keep me in cash when there are problems, right? When you're aligning the sector, the market, and the stock itself, that's all you got to do. It makes it way, way, way easier. But Dell doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad at all. It's just the market itself may be working against Dell, which sucks. Ethan wants to look at Grab. Oh, I did that wrong. GRAB. Okay. We looked at Grab not long ago. I remember this one because it bounced up into these order blocks and got rejected. So it's going to close under the 10 period moving average right here. That's an exit signal for me. Right, a close under the 10 is an exit signal for me. We talked about this earlier. That's your short-term trend. If it runs out of that short-term trend, I don't need to be in it. I want it to be up. Now, this is a great example of you might make a couple bucks and you might lose a couple bucks in a stock that is figuring out which part of the market cycle it's in. If I had to guess based on this, it's definitely a stage 3. Like, look at this. Right, there's your stage 1 sideways, stage 2 moving up. Stage 3 is when these moving averages are trying to cross back together. Stage 4 could be when it's moving down. I just don't like Grab. I don't think Grab is a great grab right now. MSTR. Is this MicroStrategy? I always get MicroStrategy and Monster Drinks mixed up. MSTR. It is MicroStrategy. Okay. All right. This is on the daily charts. And as you can see here, 10, 20, 50, all crossing south. And again, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, but potential beginnings of stage 4. It just plays out over and over and over. Let's go over to MicroStrategy inside of OVTLYR. See what it says real quick. It's getting more and more fearful. I'll put it that way. Come on with the zoom. We are getting new charts soon, so this should be a lot better here in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, this came out of the greed. You can see the greed area down here, and it's moving more and more and more fearful. So honestly, this is more of a short setup for me than a long setup. And you got these order blocks overhead, which is going to cause a lot of resistance right here. Yeah, this is not one I would own. I wouldn't buy this with your money. Slug wants to look at some shorts. AVGO. AVGO. AKA Broadcom. Oh, it's close. You're 10 under 20, price is under the 50. This is really close. You've got your earnings coming up here, so this could be an opportunity to short up into earnings. But I wouldn't get onto it just yet because the market isn't quite there. But like I say, when the market shows weakness and then your stock shows weakness and that sector shows weakness, bro, shorts are going to be effortless. You will not believe it. Let's look at OVTLYR real quick on AVGO. And let's zoom in. Got a sell signal on this one, which that helps build your case right there. Sell signal came January 6th. Look how deep in the greed it was. 47 out of 50. Like, it can't go much higher than that. And now it's really run out. We're in the fears, not deep in the fears, but yeah, oof, that was a good short right there. We'll just have to see how that plays out. We'll just have to see how that one plays out. But let's go to the next one here. Let's look at BWXT. Ariel, BWXT. And then we'll do one more. Oh, BWXT. Yikes. Okay, so if I were in this trade, it would be a short. There's 0% chance I'd be buying this. Coming up into earnings right here, as we know, earnings can be a crapshoot. It can be a giant move up, a giant move down, or a giant letdown. It doesn't do anything. So I wouldn't hold it into earnings even if I was short. But this one, of course, you've got your 10, 20, 50 crossing south, but you already knew that. Spiros, let's look at Bros. This gapped up after earnings. It's showing some weakness, but still has a buy signal. Let's look at the bros. This is going to be our final one. Ooh, cool. Great example. Thank you. So we talk a lot about gap and goes and gap and craps. And I want to show you what I mean between the difference in these. And you know which one this is. You know which one this is. If we look at this one, and then we look at Palantir. Now, granted, Palantir last couple of days hasn't been all the best example, but Palantir had its earnings gapped and went. That's what you want to see. Bros had its earnings gapped and is now crapping. This is a gap and crap versus a gap and go. Do we see that? Now, it hasn't come back all the way yet, and I'm not saying it will, but I am saying it's going to close under its 10 moving average, it looks like, here in the next few minutes. So this is not one I would be holding personally. Let's look at OVTLYR. Bros. You're welcome, Ariel. I got you. Let's look at OVTLYR. Does that have buy signal though? In fact, it looks really deep in the greed. Let's go look at it. So greed value started at G35, then it went to G41, then it went to G44, and now today it's at G44 again. Okay, here's the thing. When it gets deep in the greed, I cut that dude short. I cut that dude real short. Here's the reason why. The further it gets in the greed, the more likely it can be to snap back like a rubber band, right? Imagine it's being stretched like a rubber band. If it's at 0, it's really loose. It's not doing anything. If it's at 50, that dude is 3 seconds away from snapping in your hands, okay? So anytime it's over 25, I give it such a small amount of room to run. I give it 5 points, just 5, on the greed heat map right here. So if I had taken this, that would be a February 18th buy signal, right? Here, post earnings. The next day, it went from a G35 up to a G41. You're seeing the values over here. Went from a G35 to a G41, which was the high candle. That's where I would have gotten out. I would have lost a couple pennies. Who cares? The very next day, it went up more than 5 points on the greed scale. You see why I do it this way? Like, I have all these rules to get out because I want to make sure that I keep as much profit as I possibly can when that happens. And this was so deep in the greed that I gave it this much room to run. And in this case, I would have picked the top, but I also would have got out. And it's okay. Buying the top happens. Not a big deal. I want you to realize that. Buying the top happens. It's not a big deal. You'll be able to survive. If you just follow your plan that you set up ahead of time, you know where you're going to get out, and then you can move on. Move on to a stock that is still working for you. So, of course, as we saw, there's no trades set up for me today, but do continue to tell me what you're trading in the chat, and be sure to come back tomorrow where we'll help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. Now, YouTube is going to pop up a couple recommended videos. I recommend you watch one of them, and I recommend you have a fantastic day. We'll talk soon.